Well, shall we do another season at least? I think it's a little bit too early to switch to some road to the show. We do need to finalize what this team's going to look like, but before we do that, your top prospects in baseball heading into this season. And Matt Henley, our second overall pick from last year, makes his debut at number 3 on the board, behind Philip Matsumoto and Tom O'Donnell. Not bad. Not bad at all. Benito Vizcaino at number 19. 19. Do we have anybody else in the mix? If we do, they're probably much further down. Calvin Presley debuts at number 46. It's not bad. Take it easy. Appreciate you hanging out. Our farm system is ranked number 9 in baseball. Number 9. Number 9 Lodge. All right. Let's see what the hell we're going to look like this year, shall we? So at catcher, somehow, Edgar Caro is still here. We've been trying to trade him for 4 years. But that's pretty straightforward. It'll be him and Jackson Appel in AAA. Turner and Hicks in double. First base is still Murakami and Toglia. We need 3 other first basemen to fill out what we have going on in that regard. Any younger players that might still be able to develop here? Bryant Walters is a D. Robert Ruth, also a D. But we will go for Walters. We will go for Baby Ruth. And it's not great outside of that, I'll say that. What about Will Verdung? Will Verdung. So Henley is going straight to AAA to play with Verdung, and then we'll have Walters and Ruth in double, so it's not too bad. Forgot to sign Joaquim Cedeno. When we acquired him, he wasn't under contract, and I wasn't paying attention. Shit. I was wondering where he went. You know what? I'll allow it. It just means that other trade happened now for basically no reason, but I'll allow it. That was me being dumb and not paying attention. As much as I'd love to get the guy back, I don't even know if I could turn on force trade mid-run, can we? I don't think we can. He just refused to sign here. Sure, that's what we'll go for. Well, we'll say it was a storyline as opposed to me just being dumb and not paying attention. He Adam Fox'd you. Yeah. If we take a look at second base, it is going to be Chase Majdroth and Doug Felton. Campbell is still not going to make it. We're going to be putting him on waivers. If he gets claimed, so be it. Antonacci will be in AAA with him, and then we'll have Barry and Gonzalez in double. We're running full control. So yeah, Felton and Majdroth will be the guy at second. Third base is Harris and Huisbel. So we need one more third baseman. One more third baseman. Anybody who we might be able to develop. Yasel Soler. Grayson Gross is going to be that guy. Still testing out whether or not certain D potentials can actually improve or not. So far, the answer, not really. Yeah, it'll be Presley and Simons in double. Okay. Shortstops, Montgomery and Carlson. So Peguero go through waivers. He'll be in AAA with Vargas, AA, and then Balcazar in single. Then the outfield. The outfield. Let's see, so that's 1, 2, 3. Hugo Page definitely isn't going to make it. Jordan Sprinkle isn't going to make it. And Everson Pereira is not going to make it. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, Dino Spumoni, you're going down. Brian Park, you are going down. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Double A is 1, 2, 3, and 4. Perfect. Starters 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I want to go with Norman Kay. He's younger. More dev time. So Lepore goes down. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 with McCullough. Double A is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 with Mr. Walsh. Perfect. What about relievers? Oof. Well, we definitely have some guys that are Major League caliber, including Benito Vizcaino. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, Sandy Cox, you are going down. Williamson is going down. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Cool. So Gonzalez also goes down. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 with Gilmore. And then double A is 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 with Murphy. Couple extra relievers. Yeah, once the waivers clear, AAA will be on 26. I think we are okay. Are there any random free agents? Honestly, I'm going to say that are like 65 and up. That are like 24 or younger. Just like some actual potential here, even if they're a D potential. Bruin Agbayani. C potential. Case in point. We will sign second baseman Bruin Agbayani. Mainly because that's just a really fun name. One more time with feeling. Bruin Agbayani. I don't remember if we already looked at third baseman. I think we did. That sounds familiar. Anybody at shortstop? Ryan Ritter's not bad, but where would we play him? Implying the existence of Hab Agbayani. Yeah, it's his brother. 23-year-old Brian Acuna. No reason we can't bring you in. Anybody else? Yeah, we'll let Ritter go to somebody else. He and Hernay would be decent, but we just don't have space. Left field, anybody? No, at least not the type of player that we're looking for. We need to have a higher ceiling than I thought we did. Hello, Brandon Riggs. Big motherfucking Riggs. He is only a D, but we'll still sign him. Anybody else? No. And then right field. What do we have in right? 27, 27, 25. All right, one more check of the starters just to see if anybody snuck through here. Can we find a nice little hidden gem? How about 40-year-old Jacob deGrom? Any useful hidden gems here? Not looking like it for relievers. It's just a bunch of old men in their 30s. I can relate. Okay, well, we got a couple of guys then. So second base, double, and then Bruin Agbayani will be down in single A this year. Shortstop, triple, double. Brian Acuna will be in high A. And center field, Riggs, who we just signed. Honestly, we'll just put him in high A as well. Cool. All right. Like I said, I mean, I like the trajectory that we're on. There are definitely some players we were banking on developing that haven't really had the movement we were hoping for. But I think we're okay. Brandon Scotty Riggs. A true American male. A true American male. Well, 19 and 11 through spring training. It's not that bad. Scouting-wise, yeah, we're still in the red in a lot of spots. We still need to find that third baseman, man. But all right, let's see. Our rotation this year. Shane Smith, once again the ace, with Hagen Smith, Sean Burke, Noah Schultz, and Yeriksen Paez. That's not too bad. Your relievers, Norman Kay, Benito Vizcaino, Juan Miella, Alexander Alberto, Mike Vasil, Jordan Leisure, and Grant Taylor, your closer, off of 50 saves last season. Not bad. Not amazing. Not bad. Lineup against righties, Munetaka Murakami batting leadoff with Kyle Teal, Brooks Baldwin, who's playing third base. That's actually great. Colson Montgomery, Michael Toglia in right. Chase Majdroth, Jordan Beck, Braden Montgomery, and Doug Felton with Dustin Harris, Luis Angel Acuna, Edgar Caro, Luis Suisbel, and Billy Carlson on the bench. It's not bad. Like, we are obviously lacking, like truly lacking some high-end star power. But the slow development of members of this lineup hasn't been too bad at all. Not at all. The question is, are we going to be too good too early? Because we very well could be. Honestly, if we look at the trade hub, our trade block, I believe, is still going to be accurate. Yeah, we're trying to shop Caro if we can. Don't need to move a first baseman yet. If Majdroth gets traded, we're fine with that, but we're not actively shopping him. Although we could, because Doug Felton is ready. Yeah, maybe trading Majdroth now and letting Felton take overs for the best. Harris, Suisbel. Montgomery doesn't have his replacement lined up. We still like Acuna, even if he's getting paid too much. I think we're all right. Just want to make sure our positional targets are still set up, and they are not. They need to fix this. They need to fix the blockbuster trade logic, maybe the award logic, definitely the trade block positions, and not being able to see what the hell is actually highlighted. Whoops. Oh, shit. And obviously, in terms of what we're going to be looking for again here, it's primarily a third baseman. You shot Murakami. I mean, if we get an offer for him, cool. But at least until Henley's ready to go, I don't think we're going to shop him or Toglia. But once Henley's ready, then yeah, we're going to try to move both of those guys ASAP. We just don't want to do it too early. All right, so outside of a third baseman, there's not a whole heck of a lot that we really need. And we still need like a high-end reliever. We got projects lined up pretty much everywhere else. But yeah, primarily third base is what we need. Also, didn't think to do this. Might regret it. Staff contracts. Okay, we lost a scout. You know what? I had a feeling that we would lose. Actually, I don't even know if we lost the scout. I think our staff salary just skyrocketed. No, it didn't. I was looking at the wrong number. It's the same staff. We're fine. I lied. I'm losing my mind already. It's not even that late. At least for me. All right. So first bit of scouting. Let's be honest. Third base. We need to get this completely scouted out. All right. I don't know if we want to spend 4 weeks doing it. I don't think we do. But yeah, we need to heavily scout third base. If there's a good prospect there, we need him. We are off to a terrible start this season. 4-11. All right, and we will do international there. And honestly, our scouts aren't that best at discovery, and that was intentional. So if we go scout position, obviously, again, we have the 14th pick. I think a lot of general scouting will probably be for the best. But we have a Tony Norris. Is that the name of Ahmed Johnson? And we also have Armando Francisco that we want to look at. Definitely sort out the biggest position in need first, and then we can always throw darts at the board later. And those guys are looking pretty legit. Anybody else at third base? Mark Melendez. You pretty much know we're going to take a third baseman in the first round. Unless, like, the first overall dude falls to us, but I doubt that's going to happen. Yeah, we are going all in on position of need instead of trying to cover as many bases as possible. Pun fully intended. Don't crash! Crash number 1 of the night. Crash number 4. Since this game has come out, it always just seems to be when we're scrolling and the game is just like, I'm breaking. I don't know what to load up. Thought it was crash number 1. You're always number 1, baby. Damn. Mine hasn't crashed yet. Congratulations. Yeah, who knows? I might need a fresh game install again. Doesn't help the game's like 120 gigs, but probably just have to do that whenever I go to bed. Well, that brings us back to the start of spring training. So we didn't lose that much time. All those extra dudes we signed are still there. Okay. Well, take 2. Take 2. This time we were not as good in spring training. We're going to win the World Series now, yeah. I'm intrigued to know if the draft class is going to be the same. Okay, and this time we started off 8-0. Yeah, Sergachev, you might not have been joking. Little did you know. You might not have been joking. I'm a prophet. Oh, man. Honestly, let's just do everybody at third base west. This should be faster. Oh, man. Yeah, that's our 4th crash, and all of them have been in franchise mode so far. All of them. Road to the show has been perfect so far. It's always franchise that gets the heavy, heavy, heavy crashing issues I've discovered here. We're 15-6. Like, just the complete opposite start that we had 5 minutes ago. Not even. We'll see if it evens out, which it should. Like, we're the 24th team in the league. We shouldn't be that good yet. But the idea of getting off to a hot start's not the most incomprehensible thing in the world, right? So, we do get a trade offer for Billy Carlson. It's for 28-year-old starter Cater Montero, who's getting paid $3.6 million. That is not happening. I'm not even going to talk to you. Go away, San Fran. I am not even going to give you a response. You don't deserve it. Okay, so in terms of third baseman, we do have a bunch of people on 45 scouting already. We got Mark Melendez, Trent Broadway, Tony Norris. Those will be the first 3 that we keep an eye on. Like I said, if we just had to blind pick the rest of the ways, so be it. Trade withdrawn. We can't wait for your decision any longer. I like that you think I was still thinking about it. Now they offer us a different deal. They want us to take Gabe Spire's contract and Keaton Winn for Sam Antonacci. So it's 2 relievers. Probably a little bit more salary on Spire than I prefer. But honestly, that's not really that bad. Spire's a good pickup for this year. Keaton Winn I'm not too excited about. But we get an improvement in the bullpen, and we get rid of one of those second basemen that we really do need to get rid of in Antonacci. This one I actually will take. I mean, improving our team right now could be a little bit risky, but we do need to start clearing out that logjam at second base a little bit. And getting Gabe Spire is a decent way to do it. So Jacob Berry will go to AAA, and then we'll have Gonzalez and Agbayani in AA. For the pitchers, we got 1. Williamson actually jumped Vizcaino. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So Keaton Winn is going to go through waivers here. We'll leave Vizcaino. And honestly, we will send down Jordan Leisure. 3, 4, 5, and 6, and AA is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A couple other guys back down to high A. That works. That works. That works. Get another trade offer. This one is 29-year-old starter Jack Perkins at a 74 overall for Billy Carlson. I'm not going to do that. I like that Billy Carlson is in high demand, but he is such a defensively strong option. I don't plan on getting rid of him at all. All right, other third baseman to look at. Basil Denny. Armando Francisco. And even Paul Cortez, if that... Not Dan Cortez, but Paul Cortez, if that rating is decent enough. This team's still cooking. Again, I like that Tampa thinks I was going to answer them back. You were left on red. I have my ways of testing to see if Crash is still in chat. Justin Tejada. Darren Green. Michael Chu might be worth a shout later on. But yeah, I think we've seen what we're going to see for the super high-end, potentially, third baseman. You know, first 2 rounds or so. So we are halfway through our scouting. Let's get some general scouting in there for the rest of the positions if we can over the next couple weeks. So, blockbuster trade. Tampa gets decent starting pitching prospect Brian Hall, decent starting pitcher Tyler Bremner, and a decent third baseman Andy Perez for Dennis Santana, the 87 overall closer, on an expiring deal. Dylan Dingler at an 81 catcher. Ty Madden, 75 starter. And Brant Herter, what a great name, 79 overall. I mean, they shed some salary. It's mostly in the pitching staff. They get younger. Sure. The Dingler. Dylan Dingler. How the hell are we 31-21? How the hell are we leading this division? Oh, the boys have a dream of not being garbage. Unfortunately, that wasn't my dream. Unfortunately, that wasn't my dream. You're going to cost me my ability to move this team, damn it. Edgar Caro for Jake Irvin, who we could have taken in the Rule 5. That's not happening. Absolutely not. I will not even give you a response. You're out of your mind. You are out of your mind. I do like that the AI on occasion is just like, hey, you want to get fleeced? No. No, I don't. I really would prefer not to get fleeced. Stats so far. We can take a look. I mean, we got a 33-25 record. Rotation-wise, Shane Smith is 5-1 with a 2.1 ERA. Holy God. So Shane Smith is on Cy Young pace. Burke is 5-4 with a 4.19. Noah Schultz, a 5.29. Hey, oh my God, dude, our starting pitchers. I mean, Norman Kay is doing well. But the only guy who has a sub-4 outside of Shane Smith is Norman Kay. Yedixon Paez has been removed from that 5th spot and changed over to the long reliever spot. He has been awful. 99 overall, Ginger. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Tremendous name. That's all I got for you. Just tremendous name. Alexander Alberto has 5 holds, 3.9 ERA. Vizcaino's got 7. Spire's got 15. I mean, I can't say our pitching staff's been that great. Taylor has 15 saves. Dude's a Brian Voracek fan, right? In terms of the lineup, 246 average for Doug Felton, who's now batting leadoff. Kyle Teal batting 359. Jesus. Colson Montgomery, 285 with 13 dingers already. Michael Toglia, 11 home runs already. And this is with Murakami injured. Jordan Beck, 233 average, 32 RBI. Brooks Baldwin batting just under 300. Acuna, 238. Braden Montgomery, 249, and then a 246. This is with an injury to Murakami, who was out with a broken arm. Christian Campbell's also hurt, too. Munataka down to an 80 after that injury. 7 home runs, 267 average, 823 on base. Or OPS, I should say. So it's been a weird start. It has certainly been a weird start to this season. I cannot imagine it is sustainable with this roster. But maybe. And just like that, we are now tied with Minnesota. Alright, so we need second base Central, second base East, and second base International. Soda. Tyler Stevenson. We don't need him. I get the idea that they want Billy Carlson. I don't need Tyler Stevenson. Yeah, we have Kyle Teal. We're fine. All right, we have dropped now to 3rd in the division, but it's still close. We have already scouted everybody at 3rd base, so we got a shortstop now. Central and East. Again, prioritize 3rd baseman. Now we're just trying to get some cleanup scouting done. We're not really going to be able to look at the pitchers, but that's okay. Cabrian Hayes for Edgar Caro. That is not going to happen. Absolutely not. Jack Perkins for Everson Pereira. That is also not going to happen. Francisco Alvarez has been traded to Milwaukee. Last year of his deal for the 27-year-old is an 86. For Braylon Payne, a decent center field prospect. Brady Ebel, a pretty solid shortstop prospect. And then Brooks Brannon. Yeah, I mean, they didn't get a B prospect back, but these are 2 top-notch C prospects, so again, I don't hate it. All right, let's see. So we need shortstop International, And then we are going to move on to the outfield here. So that is going to be left field west, left field central. Let's try to get as much information as we can here. Brady's ancestors, medieval people. Sergachev's on one tonight. All right, let's see. We need left field east, left field international, center field west. There we go. So yeah, we should have enough time to look at the vast majority of outfielders, but yeah, we won't have time to look at pitchers. That just is what it is. Some days you got it, other days not so much. Julius Parker, promising young left fielder, traded to St. Louis, along with Bradley Blaylock, a usable starter, for 80 overall Kyle Leahy, 85 overall Garrett Whitlock, and 70 overall Lamont Wade Jr. So they gave up a good starter and a good reliever, making a fair amount of money for a pretty solid outfield prospect and a usable starter in return. Not bad. Not bad at all. So we are now under 500. Hell yeah. Actually not going to be able to look at the right fielders at all. Center field central, center field east, and center field international. Do what we can. We do what we can when third base is the primary target. It is the 2029 draft. Left fielder Juan Escobar projected to go first. He looks really, really good. We'll see if Trent Broadway, who our scouts love, is actually still there and that good. I'm not going to get my hopes up for it. Well, yeah, it's more dramatic maybe if we do get our hopes up. But Escobar certainly looks good. Broadway, Royce Mays, we don't know anything about, but could certainly be worth the risk. Let's see. Let's see. This is the lowest in the draft we have chosen so far at 14th. St. Louis, with the first pick, take outfielder Juan Escobar. Damn. I mean, there's no way he was going to fall to us, but he's probably going to be pretty damn good, I'm guessing. Second overall, starting pitcher Pedro Nunez is off to Texas. That's a fairly off-the-board pick. Projected as a second rounder. Looks good off of the 5% scouting that we know. And third overall is starting pitcher Jorge Mesa going to Colorado. Good luck, pal. I hope your home runs per 9 are sky high. Good Lord. All right. So let's see. Giants have pick number 4. And they are going to go for third baseman Tony Norris. Would have been nice for that guy to fall to us, I have to say. God damn, yeah. Great contact hitter. Average defender. Wasn't meant to be. Royce Mays, who was projected second, goes 5th to the Angels. Torres, what's going on, man? We're doing good. How are you? Kansas City takes starter Jeff Mortensen. A little bit early, but not by that much. Another starter, Jackie Williams, off the board pick for Cincy. It's projected 37th. Mets take another starter, Thomas Moya. Smidge early, according to the rankings. Milwaukee at 9 takes catcher Dwayne Knowles, son of Beyonce. Yeah, projected 10th. It's fair enough. We've only had one crazy reach so far. Make that 2 as Washington. Their scouting staff is hilarious, man. Washington takes 90th projected shortstop Johnny Nieto, 10th. And unfortunately, we did lose another third base option. Armando Francisco is off to San Diego. And Tampa takes starting pitcher Barack Heim. And Cleveland, 13th, take another starter, Jimmy Merritt. So, Trent Broadway is still there. Looks to be, shout out to Crashy getting a Travis Hafner. Looks to be pretty bang average, has a hell of an arm. There's also third baseman Basil Denny. Also looks to be pretty goddamn average across the board. We also have third baseman Mark Melendez, who looks to be a pretty good contact hitter, at least, switch hitter. And then there's a starter in Claudio Quintero. It was the program, but I'll take it. Well, there you go. So we can go for one of these guys. What about second baseman Alexis Quinones? Kind of the same. Pretty well-rounded. Catcher Brian Sennett. I am the Senate. Doesn't look bad, but only 15% scouted. Another catcher in James Dow. Dave Ramirez, Rod Drew. Well, let's be honest. We could go for one of these best guesses, but we need a third baseman. It's got to be one of the top three. We just have to hope. So Melendez, 47 to 64 overall range, 76 to 93 potential at 18 out of Alabama. Basil Denny is a 46 to 63, but a better potential range at 18 out of Tennessee. And Trent Broadway, best of the bunch in terms of overall range, 51 to a 69, with a 77 to 95 potential at 19 out of Indiana, and has some sweet chops. Melendez is obviously interesting because of that potential contact. I mean, average at worst. For Denny, it's pretty bad. I think... like, no matter what, there's a chance of so many of these guys being bang average at best. What was the highest scouting percentage? 90s and 85. Our scouts really do like Broadway. I'm going to trust my scouts. Trent Broadway. 14th overall to the White Sox. Will that be a mistake? Kind of drafting for need over best available. We're hoping for the best. Round number 2. This is where we just kind of go for it, you know? So first baseman, Eddie Trevino at 20%. Shortstop, CJ Gold. Could be decent. All these guys are looking okay. Honestly, Trevino potentially having an overall that high could be pretty good. So potential in the 90s, but the fact that this guy's potential is up to a 77. Potentially a 77 overall for Rivera. We don't know much about him. Cortez at third. Dan Cortez. Could just be insane out of the gates. He's just not going to be that high up. There's a random catcher who might not be that bad. Richie Nance at starter. Victor Polanco, we don't know much about. Rhett Cross. Wendell Hemphill, great name. Nick Bergeron at first. And there's definitely some options, and we can kind of just go in order on it, really. All right. Oh, we're definitely... Yo, Pinero. Let's go. We definitely got some risks to take as this draft goes on. We definitely do. Might as well just risk it for first baseman Eddie Trevino. Might as well. Throw a dart at the board. See what happens. Welcome in, Eddie. Say hi, Eddie. Round number 3. Well, it's Cortez or Hemphill at this point. And, I mean, the fact that Cortez's overall could be that high is very intriguing. The fact that Hemphill could at least still have that good potential is also intriguing. Ward Crow. We do need to take a risk on another third baseman, so screw it. Paul Cortez. Son of Dan. Round number 4. Did we have a compensation round pick? No. Round 4. Jay Thornton. Interesting. Andrew Slater. Jimmy Griffith. Luis Santana. Cortez. Michael Flutie. Jacob Shea. Oh, shit. Oh, this isn't what I wanted. Let me out. Let me out. Griffith or Santana. I'm going to go for Santana. Again, we're just throwing darts at the board here, as we expected to do. Round 5, we could randomly take Michael Chu. Charles Stratton, Gary McCormick, Rufus Ka. Great name. Nato Casilla could be interesting. Paul Yamaguchi. I'm probably just going to let the timer go here, by the way. We'll see. Maybe not. It's another third baseman to take a risk on. We know his overall is apparently going to be terrible, though. Rufus Ka, son of Harmony. God damn. Michael Chu. We'll take another third baseman. Just darts at the board. And then round number 6. Woody Richardson. I choose you. You can see the moment where his heart breaks in real time. Let's see, we got Eli Wellington. Yeah. Keith Backo. Oh, it's Wellington or Backo. Are they both relievers? Yeah. 57 to 91. Keith Backo, welcome in. Let's go, Keith. This might be the least amount of confidence I've had in a draft so far, which could honestly be a good thing. Based on how some of the other drafts have gone. These are the participants for the Home Run Derby. Vladdy, Joe Adele, Aaron Judge, Rafi Devers, Shohei, the top 5 in dingers so far. Oh, mandatory to have at least one All-Star. Who was our representative this year? Shane Smith. I don't think he's going to quite be on Cy Young pace anymore because he only has a 7-4 record. But Shane Smith has made the All-Star game. And he is our only representative. Not bad. And we get our first day to sign some draft picks here. So, Trent Broadway, Eddie Trevino. We got to work on motivation for all of these guys, so. All showtime, you know. Crash and I laugh about Dan Cortez all the time, but that's just because, you know, a lot of the SNL skits primarily. Zach Neto and Joe Adele. Holy shit. 28 and 29 respectively, 88 and an 86, both heading to Pittsburgh for Jaden Ham, who's a low-end starter, Andreas Cedeno, a decent young starter, Guadalupe Miranda, an okay shortstop, and Andy Rodriguez, a useful catcher. The Angels just cap-dumped so hard to get rid of Neto and Adele. That's exactly what that is. So Pittsburgh's going for it. They didn't really have to give up that much to do it. But yeah, that's a big-time salary dump. And maybe, I mean, Joe Adell has 32 home runs. That really can't be buyer's remorse. But Neto, getting something for him maybe before he leaves. That is probably the least amount of return that I've seen a team get so far, though. That might be the one where you're just like, oh, man. I'm like, okay. Like, I know you're shedding some salary here, but you got to get more than that back. All right, Mr. Broadway, we can't do anything with. Paul Cortez has signed. See what we can do about Santana. How bad are the Angels? Oops. 12 games under 500. Certainly closer to the bottom than they are into the playoffs, so it could make some sense, yeah. Ask a dumb question, always. Thank you for actually saying, can I ask, instead of doing what everybody else does and just asking. Get shit on, chat. Get shit on. Wyatt Langford is heading to Pittsburgh as well. Jesus Christ, the Pirates are buying. Last year of his deal for the 27-year-old, the Rangers get Duncan Ham, the password, and Joseph Montalvo. Wow. What's the reason for cap dumping if there's no cap in this? Because technically it's still... Certain teams are still limited by internal budgets as opposed to anything else. Raging, I'm very jealous. So yeah, Langford is out. They do get a replacement project in the form of Duncan Ham, but that kind of screams that Texas isn't that good and that they might not be able to keep Langford. See if Pittsburgh has anything you want. I might be too late. But you're not wrong. Where are the Pirates getting all this money? I mean, they've always had this money. They just never spend it. And use my First Amendment and ask my dumb questions when I want to. First Amendment? That doesn't fucking exist anymore. What are you talking about? Get out of here with that. So let's see. Pittsburgh. Since you're spending all the money in the world, do you have any other prospects left? Derek Weston. Jesus Nunez isn't that good, but maybe. Ooh, Muhammad Burns. Hello, he's on the block, too. They really are going all in Pittsburgh. Interesting. Yeah, they don't have that much left. Heath Carlson, 75 overall C potential at 18. Good Lord. Seth Hernandez, untouchable. Valdez, untouchable. I mean, shit, if we could get these last three, right? Connor Griffin's untouchable. Paul Skenes, last year of his deal. Well, they want pitching and a center fielder. I mean, Acuna is not exactly an improvement on Jacob Young, so I don't know if they'll go for that. But you could technically shed some salary. Let's see. Starters. Sean Burke, Hagen Smith. What about relievers? Could use Gabe Spire in this deal. Do they have anybody that was way down here that's just making way too much money? Dude's making 1.2. Because let's be honest, if they're going to want to get a center fielder, they're going to want to shed salary. Like Gary Sanchez is still making 4.8 mil as a catcher. Luis Garcia is making 7.3 as a starter. So if I were to offer those prospects, I take on Gary Sanchez for you. I give you Gabe Spear. When the hell did I get Tyler Schweitzer? What else could we do here? What makes the most sense? So obviously they're going to want more back than that. Shout out to Alpha with a pull. Wow, Toglia has actually jumped Murakami. Definitely going to have to look at some first base moves if this goes through. I'm just trying to think of what else we could really add to this deal. And what if I give you, like, you go Page in center, since you want a center fielder. Showtime, hopefully. This is a fucking bop. If we randomly give you Mason Adams and Tyler Schweitzer as well. And if they take this, awesome, but hopefully they at least give a counter offer. Where's my pizza? Chose not to move forward at this time. Okay. And yeah, they just, they didn't go for it. They didn't even bother with like, hey, counter offer might work. They're just like, nah, fuck you. They just said it kindly. Eddie Trevino has not signed. Just a little bit annoying because he's not that good. What's up, Warrior? We're at, a 500 team right now. We're getting there. We got some of these late round picks being stubborn. We got Trevino signs. Oh shit, we still got to get Keith Baco in there too. I don't know if we're going to get this full class or not, but hopefully Trent Broadway lives up to hopes. Today is the trade deadline, and there we go. It's also the deadline to sign picks. Michael Chu's got to be top priority here, right? He signs. Let's go for Keith Baco. He declines, so our 6th rounder walks. But we did get Santana, so our 6th rounder became the first ever dude to decline signing with us. Let's go ahead and get a save in there. Gonna get a peep at the Sox in a minute. So right now, we need to look at the future. Hopefully the future. Hopefully. Here we go. How did we do? Is Trent Broadway gonna be a star? He's okay. It's better that we picked him at 14th instead of 1st or 2nd. 61 overall, B potential. That's okay. At 19, he's got time to develop. That's not bad. Based on how some other people have gone for 14th, that's not bad. It gets us somebody in the system, so the mutton chops are looking good. Eddie Trevino, the first baseman, C potential at a 55 overall, 18 years old, Paul Cortez, 74 overall at third base. C potential for the 18-year-old, so not a bad short-term option until somebody else develops. Starting pitcher Luis Santana, 64C. Okay. Michael Chu, 44B at third base. Jesus. And then back to Trent Broadway. So, yeah, honestly, not that bad. Not insane, but not that bad. What about elsewhere? Cleveland gets a 61 overall starter and a 58 overall starter. Detroit gets a 61 overall catcher and nobody else. Oh my God, that might be the most amount of unsigned prospects I've ever seen. Kansas City gets a 56 overall reliever. Minnesota gets a 62 overall third baseman. And a lot of unsigned dudes again. Houston missed out on their first pick. They did get George Lopez. 58 overall closer. Angels get a 63 overall starter and a 53 overall starter. Athletics get nobody of note, really. Seattle gets a 62 overall starter. Texas gets a 73 overall closer, Yoel Pinheiro, reborn. Atlanta gets a 53 overall right fielder and a 65 overall closer. It's not been a great draft so far. Miami gets a 54 overall right fielder. The Mets get a 56 overall starter. I think we did much better in this draft than we realized. Chip Horvath. Philly gets a 49 overall right fielder. Boston Fields. Washington. I don't think I've ever seen an AI team worse at drafting in a video game than these Washington Nationals. This is incredible. Every fucking year. Every goddamn year. They fucking blow it. Oh my god. Pinch runner, though. Yeah, there you go. Cubs, nothing of note, really. Cincy, 65 overall starter, Jackie Williams. Pretty good. That's best player of the draft so far. Milwaukee, 63 overall catcher. That's the pick of the draft so far. God damn. Milwaukee went all in on catchers, and they got one. The AI not use scouts. They do, but they can be just as inconsistent. Pittsburgh gets a 56 overall second baseman. And that is it. Ooh, St. Louis, 68 overall left fielder, the first overall pick, Juan Escobar. A 52 overall second baseman, and a 63 overall closer. So probably, and a Weinstein. Probably the best overall draft that we've seen so far. Probably. Crashy, take it easy. I'll see you tomorrow. Kakalaki. Arizona, nothing of note. Colorado took that pitcher in the top 3. He is very good. He is very, very good. Very, very good. The Dodgers get a 60 overall starter, a 53 overall shortstop, and a 52 overall reliever. San Diego, Jesus Christ, dude, this was a weird draft. The talent was very inconsistent. They do get Kevin McKinnon at second base, who's a 54. But so many players went unsigned. Giants get Tony Norris, a 59, Dave Ramirez, a 57, and Nick Doe, a 62. Baltimore gets 70 overall starter Jeff Bong, and 58 overall right fielder DJ Penny. Right field is where like all the depth was in this draft. Boston gets Rod Drew, a 65 starter, a 65 closer, a 47 overall second baseman, and a 53 overall reliever. Not a bad draft for Boston. Yankees get nothing of substantial note. Tampa, 64 overall starter Barack Heim, and 60 overall starter Josh Bradshaw. Blue Jays, a second baseman Norman Frazier. He's only a 49, but certainly this minefield of a draft, not that bad. And it brings us back to us with our primary picks of Trent Broadway and Michael Chu, and a couple of solid C potential guys, including Paul Cortez. So, we might have had like a top 5 draft, maybe top 10 at worst, and that's not necessarily because we were so good. It's because other teams just pooped it. Oh, did they poop it? Whether it be just the players they picked or the guys that they couldn't sign, they had a rough time. As we enter September of 2029 at 67 and 69. Not the worst team in the division by a long shot. The Tigers are 10 games back of us. That is nuts. Well, almost 10 games back. The math doesn't quite work out. But we do have 2 epic numbers. God damn it. I hate you. In terms of our September call-ups, could it be Drew Romo? Dude, Matt Henley is going to be ready to go next year. Like, next year, he can start getting some at-bats here. God damn. He's already up 4 overall this year. Second base. Ooh, Majdroth is really dropping. So Felton is taking over. Christian Campbell, had he not broken his hand, probably would have gotten the call up. Brian Ramos is up to a 70. Billy Carlson keeps improving as a defense first shortstop. Jordan Beck's up to a 77. Acuna's dipping a little bit. And Montgomery isn't really getting that much better, if we're being honest. So let's look here then. AAA roster. It is going to be... Is a poor on the roster? He is. Let's go Rondell Williamson and Everson Pejera. And obviously can't imagine we'll be making the playoffs, so this is mostly going to be about just finishing up this season. A little bit more player development and, well, a decent draft. AAA Ball Club won 82 games. They didn't make the playoffs. That's brutal. AA made it. We did have a pretty good farm team. Farm system, that is. 75 and 87 for the White Sox this year. No playoffs. It will be Athletics and Blue Jays. Winner plays Seattle. Cleveland and New York. Winner plays Boston. Pittsburgh and San Diego. Winner plays LA. Miami, Arizona. Winner plays Chicago. The final standings on the year. Worse than last year despite the strong start. So we were not even in the bottom 5. Yeah, we probably should save, shouldn't we? We weren't even in the bottom 5 of American League teams, though. So we're still, unless we win a lottery, aren't going to have that high of a draft pick. Let's go back over. Yeah, there we were on 75. And then in the NL, God, the Rockies were dreadful. Yeah, we were barely, if at all, a bottom 10 team. The Rockies were dreadful. As far as statistics are concerned, at catcher, Kyle Teal, 11 home runs, 54 RBI. Teal was pretty good. Edgar was all right when he played. It's not too bad. Does this have any base in reality that the Sim just decided to hate on Washington? Column A, column B. Probably just more hating on Washington. First base, Toglia and Murakami. Toglia, 34 home runs on the year. Murakami with a career low of 12. Jesus. I mean, he was better than Toglia in terms of OPS and on base, but oh my God. Second base, Majdroth and Felton. Neither were that particularly that great at the plate, but again, Felton's getting ready to take over. Third base, Dustin Harris only had 85 at bats. It's pretty good when he played, though. Just under an 8 OPS. Colson Montgomery, 32 home runs, 92 RBI, 843 OPS, and a 334 on base. That's okay. I mean, we know a bunch of our guys are going to strike out a ton. Jordan Beck, Gold Glove winner last year somehow, but 16 home runs, 74 RBIs, but a 668 OPS. When he hit the ball, it went far, but if he didn't hit the ball, he didn't hit the ball a lot. Baldwin and Acuna, 20 more home runs, 93 RBIs for Baldwin, who was playing third base again this year. He was solid. Acuna continues to leave quite a bit, to desire at the plate. And then Braden Montgomery, 18 home runs, 57 RBIs. Decent season for him. Everson got 49 at-bats in September and didn't do much. 315 on base is okay. So, I mean, if we look at those position players, There's just so many strikeouts, man. There's just so many strikeouts. Whoops. And then for the pitchers, our win leader, my player on Road to the Show just got picked by the Nats. You can be the savior. Or that means you actually suck, because that's the only type of player they draft. 34 saves for Grant Taylor, down from 50 last year. Strikeout leader was Hagen Smith, actually, over Shane Smith, who, again, at a time, looked like he could have been on a Cy Young pace. Maybe he could still be, depending on what else was going on there in terms of around the league. But really quickly here, then, just as a general, yeah, Shane Smith led with a 1.9 WAR. Mike Vasil was the only guy in the negatives, though, so... And the pitching staff was serviceable. And then for position players, Colson Montgomery, Kyle Teal, Brooks Baldwin really led the way. No one was really that bad either. Like, we weren't good. We weren't bad, but we weren't good. You know? Fairly common. We were just a bang average team. The winner of the 2029 World Series, your Las Vegas Athletics have beaten the Dodgers in Game 7. The Vegas Athletics have won the World Series, led by 95 overalls, Nick Kurtz, the returning Mason Miller, Brent Rooker, Soderstrom, Bieber, Jeremiah Estrada, Michael King, Cole. Oh my God, that pitching staff, though. Whoo, that pitching staff. God damn. That is some depth. That bullpen with Estrada, Abreu, Miller, and Coppin. That's not bad. Pitt went all in, didn't win a round. Thus is the curse of Pittsburgh baseball. But Freddie Furman at catcher, Kurtz, Bryson Stott, Max Muncy, Wilson, Leo DeVries. That's a damn good team, man. That's a damn good team. Fair play. Fair play. But yeah, the poor Pirates, right? Like, pretty much going all in. They don't even win a playoff game. I mean, that top three, I mean, obviously with Skenes, too. We got charged with the loss, presumably in Game 1. And the bullpen looked pretty good. Shane Langeliers at catcher. Aranda and Lau. Jazz. Brendan Donovan. Griffin and Neto. Langford in the outfield. Jacob Young. Joe Waddell. Bryant, man. That's rough. That is rough. In terms of, and you know what, we'll save it here again, just because the award winners could change if this doesn't save. So the Pirates really are cursed. Apparently. Have they tried moving to Vegas? That could work. In terms of your award winners, Nick Kurtz was your World Series MVP. Fair enough. He is going to be the problem of all problems in franchise mode this year. This is going to be his year. Tyler Soderstrom, though, how did he get ALCS MVP over Kyle Stowers? Okay. I've already kind of made a note of, like, award logic. Like, how does Kyle Stowers not win ALCS MVP there? That's crazy. That is crazy. Regardless. And then it was Will Smith leading the way, rightfully so, for the Dodgers. Let's see, your AL MVP, Juan Soto, who again was traded to Boston in the middle of last season. The Mets said, we need out of this contract. And they're paying for it because he was outstanding, the rightful winner. With Raleigh and, of course, Devers, who's in Toronto. 50 home runs. I can't imagine in real life if Rafael Devers ended up back in the AL East and then put up numbers like that. The Red Sox subreddit would melt. It would be something. NL MVP, Joe Adell. I can't really disagree with it either. I mean, the average is a bit low, but obviously the home runs, the RBIs, Joe Adell is nuts. Your AL Cy Young, Brian Wu. Back-to-back Cy Youngs for Seattle. And, I don't know. I mean, he won it. I'd say that one's certainly more debatable. I mean, Skubal, Crochet. There's some stats to argue there. Your NL Cy Young goes to Christopher Sanchez, and yeah, there's really no debating that one unless you really prioritize the Skenes strikeouts, you know? Your AL batting title, Roman Anthony. Makes sense. Kyle Teal finished third. Your NL batting title, Xavier Edwards. AL reliever of the year, Garrett Whitlock. Can't debate that one at all. I mean, I guess well, if you want to debate ERA and strikeouts, maybe. 50 saves. Munoz had a shout. NL reliever of the year, Cade Smith. I probably would have given it to Edwin Diaz. ERA is higher. Well, only one save fewer. 13 more Ks. I don't know, man. Your AL Rookie of the Year, Xavier Isaac in Tampa over John Palero and Steven Zobak? I don't know. Yeah, really no denying there that Isaac was the right call, I would say. Obviously, Zobak didn't have... Okay, cool. It does show that it switches to ERA and strikeouts. That's fun. NL Rookie of the Year, Dakota Jordan in San Fran over the Mets' Ryan Clifford and Owen Casey. Might have gone for Ryan Clifford. Hank Aaron Award winners, Roman Anthony and Geraldo Perdomo. Did we have any gold glovers or silver sluggers? Marcelo Meyer won a gold glove. I tried to get him off of Boston for like 3 years. They wouldn't budge. No gold glovers this year. Silver sluggers. We really were just average across the board, weren't we? We really, really were. Nothing of note going on there. As we head to the 2030s, just like that, we do lose a couple of guys. Chase Coleman was a D potential. Honus McKnight was a D potential. Garrett Cole retired as a Tiger. George Springer's gone. Oh, man. Yeah, so see, George Springer plummeted. Whereas someone like Aaron Judge has not. So, Giancarlo Stanton retires at a 61 as a member of the Cubs. And Chris Sale goes in to the Hall of Fame as a White Sox. Because the Red Sox didn't keep him. Idiots. You can say that with hindsight, though. First base coach, third base coach, and farm director are needed. Eric Young Jr. Don't fire Eric. We will go for a Francesco Rosa. And at third base, we will go for Eli Zachary. 2 first names. Farm director, Ronald Salas, Caleb Cottom, Enrique Ramirez. Power control, durability, discipline, power. Let's go for Joaquin Trevino. He's older, but he looks good. See if those guys take those deals. And Gabe Spire is our only exclusive negotiation. Man wants way too much term. That's just not going to happen. So, Gabe, you will be on the way out. You will be. Oh, Trevino. Come on, you old bastard. What if I give you $2 million a year? Yeah, now you're interested, huh? Rosa took the... God, you know how bad it is, man? Well, then again, if you're a hitting coach for the Rockies or a third base coach... yeah, you know, I thought it was hitting coach for a minute. I was going to say, if you're a hitting coach for the Rockies, yeah, it's going to look like you're great. Ramon Rahab. Let's see if you take that deal. Trevino's on. Rahab said no. Got people completing programs left and right. I don't know how many times I turn that off, it still bounces back. So we still need a first base and a third base coach. Let's go for Johnny Ramirez then. And instead of Zachary, let's go for Chad Mottola. Chad Motorola. Aside from that, I think we are okay. Oh, shit, I didn't see what button I hit. I didn't see what button I hit. Mr. Motorola, we gotta offer you more money. There you go. Please take the deal. Please take the deal. Scout-wise, if we take a dude who's bad at discovery but good at everything else, he will generally be cheaper. Mainly we need to replace this guy here who can't really scout pitchers. And that way we are looking okay. At least we should be looking okay. Anybody else who's just really bad at discovery but good at everything else? I think that's probably all we're going to have. Yeah, I think who we have is who we got. Cool. So we got to figure out the 40 man. I'm going to save here as well, just because we have learned our lesson. Save early, save often. Save early, save often. All right, so catchers. Romo. Wow, Romo jumped up to a 74. Good for him. To the 40 man with Drew Romo. If we lose Appel, if we lose Turner, so be it. First base. Henley does not have to be added yet, so he won't be. But let's be honest, he's going to need to be. Like, he's going to be on that 40 man. Wilver Dung, if we lose you, whatever. Second base. We don't want to lose Campbell for nothing if we can help it. Felton, Majoroth. We'll add Gonzalez. We'll add Jacob Berry. Oh, shit. All right, everything there looks fine. Third base, Paul Cortez. He's ready to go. He is ready to go. And we'll add Brian Ramos as well. We do have a full 40 man now. So if we lose Ramos, that's fine. And those guys are really eligible. Shortstops. We are at risk of losing Kyle Lodis. Definitely at risk of losing more players than I would prefer. We need to go back and reestablish our trade block here. Edgar Caro, I would still like to see you go. And much to catcher's chagrin, Drew Romo also needs to go to the block. First base, Toglia, Murakami. You are both no longer needed now that Matt Henley is here. Second base, Campbell's definitely on the block. Majoroth is on the block. Gonzalez is on the block because Doug Felton is the man. Third base, Harris, Ramos, Suisbel, all on the block. Shortstop, still Carlson, Guerrero, Ladis, Vargas, Barrow. We got the maximum number of people on the block already. Sprinkle's still there. Baldwin. There's a lot of people we could move out, honestly. There's a lot of people that could get traded here. A lot. How is that going to work out? I guess we'll prioritize pretty much anybody that we don't need. But primarily that's above a 75. Just to try and get the deal to go through a bit more quickly. And then we'll see if there's anybody else that we can add. Like, I mean, center field, Baldwin or Acuna, like one of them's got to go. We got to make a choice there. And starters. I'll take Paez out of there, but a Poor could certainly go too. Relievers. All right. It's 9 dudes on the blocks. Then we can definitely add a couple more. So Romo. Dustin Harris. Peguero. Sprinkle. Pineto's already there. Okay. The untouchables list is Kyle Teal and Arthur Hicks. Henley, only guy at first. Second base, Felton. Third base, for the moment, Paul Cortez. Broadway, Simons, Presley, and Chu. Holy hell. Well, we certainly got options at third base now. Shortstop, no one untouchable. Left field, just Jordan Beck. We need him in that starting spot. Center, gotta get rid of somebody in right field, Montgomery and Beavers. Starters and relievers. For relievers, Vizcaino's untouchable. Taylor's untouchable. Starters, Smith, Burke. Guess you can make an argument about whether or not Smith and Burke should be untouchable at this point, but... And then Ronald Walsh. Okay. Trade targets. We'll see. But in terms then of what we need right now, it's just we got to get rid of certain dudes for prospects and get that next generation in there. Like if we wanted a better third baseman than Cortez, maybe a better outfielder than Jordan Beck. Starter, I feel like we're okay. Let's go third base. Oh my god, please. Okay, they have to fix this, though. Third base and left and center. They had the mechanic that 2K uses. Indeed. All right. So again, we have looked plenty of times over the years for who the best third basemen are. We have not been able to pull off a trade. We tried to get Marcelo Meyer plenty of times. He's not on the block, so we're probably not going to be able to pull it off, but I will signal to the Red Sox that I still want Marcelo. Diego Cordova from the Yankees. Blanco not movable. I mean, we could tell Tampa, hey, Junior Caminero would be cool. And he's only 26. Gorman, no. Nobody there. We might have to debate about who the best options are here, but for the most part, Okamoto's found his way to Minnesota already. Mark Melendez would have been nice, but they don't want to trade him. Carlos Correa's old as hell. That guy... Oh, Philly finally moved that guy, and they moved into the damn Angels, who don't want to move him. Ain't that a bitch when you've been trying to get somebody for years and they're just like, nah, we're sending him here instead. Austin Riley's 32. Bryce Lewis is 30. Reimer, they don't want to move. Mauricio. Jose Ramirez. He's still a 78 at age 37. That's not that bad. We tried to get Matt Shaw quite a bit. Jose Tena. We can remember the Nationals. How could we forget them off of how they've been drafting? The Red Sox moved Jim Rogers to the Reds. He's not really going to help right now, though. But that could be the last guy. Yeah, Padres don't want to move Keaton McKee. Vesperis. Well, the Giants could move Tony Norris and Lee Hu. So let's get Caminero and Meyer out of there and just say we primarily want prospects still. So with the Giants, Tony Norris, Lee Hu. That works. So what that means for us right now is in free agency, there's really nobody that we need, if we're being honest. Like, there are certain positions where we could get upgrades if the players are young enough. But for the most part, right now, I just need people to trade for some of our players. We have too many dudes for too few spots, and somebody's gotta go. Particularly at first base, please. So we'll worry about the 40-man deadline shortly. Salary arbitration. Hagen Smith. 8.1 mil, or he could take this deal here for 13.9. So we'll offer arbitration of 8.1 mil. We're finally going to have to pay up with him a little bit. And Noah Schultz, 7 mil flat. 7 mil flat, or that 12.5. If we can pay him now, we might as well pay him and save ourselves money in the short term. And then Keaton Wynn. He's 32 at this point. He's just kind of a dude. He's cheap enough. 1.2 mil. Yeah, might as well go for him. He's cheap enough. And then the contract chicken tenders. Which, again, the AI can do on their own, but sometimes they will let go of players for you that you might not have wanted. So I missed the instant trade, or at least the value bar. I have 10 guys I want to trade, but I don't know what their value is. I can't say I missed the value bar, but I understand your point. I mean, it puts the emphasis on you to research a little bit, you know? Some people don't want the research and just want to get that kind of instant, okay, what can I get? But me personally, I'm not against that idea. Of just like, hey, got to do the research to move certain people. It's just I was thinking for a while, like, we should be good to let teams come to us. And we have moved on from some people, but we haven't moved on from enough at this point with the way players have developed. And again, I want to keep everybody that I can here. At least for now. I'm good with everybody that's on this roster sticking around. We obviously just won't be able to protect everybody. But yeah, like I said, I don't necessarily trust the AI to not cut some of these dudes, and I just don't want them messing with my roster. But it's good to have that on auto if you don't really care about some, like, AA or under, but you know, maybe on occasion the problem is a AAA dude could get cut, and that's how we lost Tim Elko, right? He was like a 72 and they didn't renew him. So much easier to just take 2 minutes to do this and look at a very heavy flashing screen. Honestly, when it mentioned, like, oh yeah, the AI will do the renewable things, like, I was just kind of hoping, like, I could do, like, a checkbox. Instead of that, like, just give me the ability to, like, put a check next to someone's name to say renew or not renew. You know? That's probably a harder project for them to pull off in a yearly release game, but that would be nice as well. Because for every player here, it's what? About 4 to 5 clicks? When instead, I could just click a yes or no option for somebody. But it's really not that big of a deal. But I still think for players that are more like super in tuned, it's not, that automation system isn't quite what people were hoping for. So free agents this year. There's some big ones. At catcher, Hunter Goodman, Francisco Alvarez, and it dips a bit with Bo Naylor, Austin Wells, and a few others. We do have Kyle Teal. If we didn't, I'd probably be in for Francisco Alvarez. First base, Michael Busch, Jonathan Aranda, Nate Lowe, Tristan Casas, Noah Chanul. Nobody that we need. Second base, Bryce Terang, Brandon Lowe, Zach Aguiloff, Xavier Edwards. Again, nobody really that we need. Yeah, Alvarez would have been the big one of interest so far. Third base, Mark Vientos, Brett Beatty, Jordan Westberg. Again, nobody, too much work for the small indie. Honestly, though, I mean, you say that, and obviously I get it, but at the same time, like, Christ. With the way that every developer is treated nowadays, look at what happened with like, the Battlefield team suffering cuts. Every fucking video game developer might as well be treated, it is basically treated like an indie dev at this point. You can freaking do as much as you can and turn a profit, and it doesn't even matter. Still get fired. So, I mean, yeah, for, you know, not saying don't strive for more, but at the same time, like, these devs are in a rough fucking spot, man. But, again, critique is obviously more than fair. It, you know, in theory, is your money you're parting with, right? Ellie De La Cruz, 28 years young. There's also Zach Neto at 29. No qualifying offer. And there's even Mason Wynn at 27. The problem is we do have Colson Montgomery there, who's also 28. He's an 84. So Mason Wynn, probably not worth the upgrade. Neto or Ellie certainly would be, but obviously the price, for Ellie would be crazy. Colson could play third. That's true. Don't know if my manager would play him there, but he could. Thank God, man. 10-year deal for Ellie De La Cruz with compensation given up. Profits over products have been the downfall of gaming. Well, yeah, like I said, for everything else, too. That's the problem. It'd be one thing if it was exclusive to gaming, but obviously it's very much not. We'll come back to that. Left field, Wyatt. Ooh, no qualifying offer for Wyatt Langford. I mean, Beck has been okay for us. I don't want Toglia to play left. Langford at 28 could be that nice improvement on Toglia. That said, he is showing signs of regressing already at 28. 108 strikeouts last. Oof. Even those OPS numbers, I'm not moved. I'm not moved for $32 million a year. No, thank you. No, thanks. Center field, Colton Cowser. Not that big of an improvement. He's an improvement, but not that gigantic of an improvement on who we have. And in right field, Kyle Tucker, Matt Wallner, Willie Abreu. So if we were to go for anybody, I mean, Ellie, right? Like if we just take that shot. And go for an Elly De La Cruz, who is still getting better. He's up to a 98, for God's sakes. And is coming off of a very strong year compared to some of the other prior years. That could be worth it. But I also need to look at pitchers really quickly as well. So for closers, Mason Miller, Cade Smith, Edwin Diaz. Some good closers. Everyone's on the wrong side of 30. But obviously, like a 3-year deal for Cade Smith isn't that bad. Even a 5-year deal for Mason Miller could be interesting. Yeah, Raging, that's how it goes, right? Unfortunately. Catcher, we got Kyle Teal. I mean, again, like Hunter Goodman's and Francisco Alvarez are an improvement. But the idea of, okay, well, then we got to try to trade Kyle Teal is not what I want to deal with right now. Not at all. Not at all. And then first base, we know we have a rookie coming up, so why spend the money on Michael Busch? You know, who's good. But if we can keep prices low for now, we should. Like Bryce Terang at second, but like Doug's right there. Qualifying offer for Bryce, too. With the relievers, Estrada, Vesia, Whitlock. And obviously the very interesting one is Paul Skenes, who is only 27. I mean, this certainly feels like the time where we should take a shot at a Skenes or a De La Cruz. That would certainly be a signal of intent. Like a 30-year-old player like Brian Wu, that's not bad. Same for like Cade Smith, Mason Miller, Hunter Green, all these 30-year-old players. Zach Neto at 29. Like, it's not bad. Langford at 28 is kind of rough. Do both. I don't know if I can afford both, guys. Calm down. Let's start with one. So we know that Elly was doing well. Skenes has hit a 99 and stayed there. I mean, you're good for 220 strikeouts a year, basically. I mean, he's a beast. He is an absolute beast. This is kind of what we've been waiting for. And again, we talked about Elly in some of his prior seasons. But even when he wasn't doing so hot at the plate, he was still so fucking good defensively. He had an 8.9 WAR this past season. Qualifying offer, too. If we were to talk to Skenes, if we were to talk to De La Cruz. Positional needs starter, positional needs shortstop. Maybe just talk to these two and see what's up. I mean, if we're going to make a change with our already established roster, we have until November 20th. So we got 10 days to try to make something happen with some of these other moves. Something else needs to happen. We go front office, trade hub, MLB trade blocks. Primarily, we are fishing for players with potential that aren't even necessarily that good. Harper, yeah, Bryce Harper's still a 77. You know, let's just go in general to the bottom. So yeah, like all of these dudes here, I'm cool with. I don't really want the higher rated guys. Honestly, I didn't think there'd be this many 70s. Holy. Sorry, you know, fuck it then. So really, anybody at a sub 70 with a good potential is someone I'm interested in. And that factors in a lot of second basemen. Holy shit. Burns, Ruiz, Quinones, Frazier. Nobody at third. Couple options at short, including an A potential and Eddie Hernandez. You know what, let's go fishing for A's first. I mean, Norman Frazier, he's way down there, but at least has an A potential. If we were to talk to Toronto, starters, second, and left. Well, we can certainly give you an improvement at second base with Christian Campbell. Honestly, even if I'm losing value on this, I'm fine with it because at least we move out Campbell and we get a younger guy because we just don't have a use for Campbell with Doug Felton here. Yeah, honestly, if they take this, I'm cool with it. I don't know if they will, but just, yeah, player for prospect. I'm good with that if they take it. And then it was shortstops, Eddie Hernandez. From the Yankees, they want reliever, catcher, and third baseman. So catchers, Edgar Caro, would be perfect. Because we don't need that good of a backup catcher who's never going to replace Kyle Teal. Honestly, if they take that, I'm good with it. That's fine. It might not be, perfect value in return, but I'm fine with it. Center field, doesn't appear like we'll have any A's. Right field, Robert Walters. He is 24, but could test this out with Cleveland. Closer, catcher, and left. And that could be the Drew Romo trade. But also in left, we have Beck and Sprinkle. How do you feel about getting Drew Romo? I know catcher will hate me, but he'll forgive me. And they said they consider that. And then closers, extrams, 70. Do we have any A relievers? No, we do not. And what about starters? Jimmy Merritt, also in Cleveland. So what about Jordan Sprinkle? Jairo Iriarte. Just try it, see what happens. We got enough pieces there moving. Let's wait for some responses. We got our third base coach. And all right, the Yankees have accepted that trade. We have dealt backup catcher, the 78 overall Edgar Caro. Caro? For the 20-year-old shortstop, A potential Eddie Hernandez. Like I said, could we have probably gotten more back? Sure. But we got what we needed. Caro's gone. Roster spot, freed up. 40-man spot freed up. And we get a good shortstop prospect. Good. Cleveland wants a counter there. Robert Walters for Everson Pereira. Ooh. I'm okay with that, too. We were looking at moving Pereira. He's 28 and a 78. But that would still get us Robert Walters. Pereira had to go anyway, so you know what? I'm good with that counter. And then Cleveland wants Christian Campbell and Jordan Sprinkle for Jimmy Merritt. I'm good with all of this. So, Pereira for Walters, we're good. We will take that deal. Ah, shit. I didn't realize Campbell had the other thing, and it's fine. Whatever. We still have that other Campbell deal out for the moment. Toronto, we really need an answer here. Okay, Chicago. Jesus Christ. So they want Chase Majeroth, who's now our backup second baseman, Michael Toglia, Jordan Sprinkle, and Leover Peguero. They want 4 of the dudes on our block. For Shane Armstrong, who's actually not bad for a C potential, 21 and a 66. Jay Thornton, who's definitely a project shortstop. Elvis Lopez is certainly a nothing, and then Charles McAdoo is certainly a nothing. Is it the best return? No. Certainly not. Thornton and Armstrong are okay, though. The other trade offer is Armstrong in exchange for Brooks Baldwin. We're going to take that first deal. It's a lot of moving pieces, but it gets rid of some dudes that we don't need. Would I love to get more back from Michael Toglia? Yes. Certainly. But right now, I don't really care about fair return. I'm prioritizing more freeing up the roster space for other young players to step in. But then again, if we could do Baldwin, who has been good for us, maybe not. Maybe not. That's a bit too low. Like, I am desperate to move some players out, but that is too low. Brooks Baldwin for Armstrong. We're going to decline that. And then that big deal, too. We're going to decline that as well. The Blue Jays are being real dicks right now. They're waiting way too fucking long. Let's go back to starters. Jimmy Merritt from Cleveland. Closer, Iriarte. Catcher, Drew Romo. Left fielder, Jordan Sprinkle. Give me Jimmy Merritt. Any other A's? No. Let's do one more pass here before we start looking at some B potential dudes. Norm Frazier, we already have that offer out. The Blue Jays would get back to me. It's been over a week. That would be great. All right, looks like B potentials now at best. Yeah, Buck Soames out there. Anderley. Okay. So if we start from the bottom, we scroll up. I don't really want anybody over like a 68 right now. Or do I? I did say sub 70. So like Louis Anderley from the Yankees. Can we get this guy? Starter, reliever, third baseman. Third base is perfect because we have Dustin Harris. And reliever, give you Keaton Winn. And starter, Duncan Davitt. Just have some usable pieces that we don't want to use, please and thank you. There's also Aaron Newton from Miami. First base. Well, we do need to move Toglia and Murakami. It's just, is that a big enough return? Do the Marlins have anybody else in the system? Stephen Young, a random right fielder. Anybody else? Buxone in center field. Flores and Sign. Ooh, they do got some pieces. They do have some pieces. What about Signs as well? This could be the right deal for Toglia. They also need a shortstop. We could use Billy Carlson there. I really don't want to. So what if we give you Alexander Vargas? And in right, I don't really have much to give you. I'll give you Brian Park if you want him. See if they're willing to do that at all. And we will save. Certainly trying to get these pieces moving, but Edgar Caro was the first one to really go. And Everson Pereira for Robert Walters. We signed Schultz to that 3-year deal. And we got a bunch of renewals. A ton. So arbitration, just Hagen Smith and Keaton Winn. Still waiting for those two. Robert Walters needs his contract renewed. And Eddie Hernandez needs his renewed. So there we go. And we got a couple more days before we got to sort out the 40. Ramirez didn't accept. Okay. Well, again, we're kind of lowballing ourselves big time on this one with the Blue Jays, but we just have to get rid of Christian Campbell. We got a young, long shot second baseman back, but I don't care. Just Campbell needs to go. We need to free up that money. So that is going to be accepted. Or is it? Did I misread? What the fuck just happened? Did they decline it? Or did they accepted it outright because, yeah, I keep forgetting to do that because we offered that. Who's my favorite wrestler in 2K26? Let me guess. This is a custom character moveset, right? Who is my favorite character in WWE 2K26? I'm looking at the full roster really quickly. It's a big ass roster, man. Shit. Vader. Let's just go Vader. Let's just go with Vader. You look like Guile. Awesome. All right, so that deal did go through. It's Doogie time. All right. Back to the front office, trade hub. So I guess that other deal just outright got declined because I don't see it there. Damn it. That's okay. Back to staff contracts, not scouts. We have a lot going on this offseason. Still need a first base coach, though. Del Harris. Please sign here. Fucking hell, Del. I can't get a first base coach to save my life. Greg Triola. The big tree. Blockbuster trade. Seattle gets the massive contract of Chris Bubich for Willard Gregory. Okay. Omar Miea, not bad. Ryland Thomas. Yeah, not a bad deal. And Griffin Jacks was dealt 1-for-1 for Greg Granger, who's an okay second baseman. That is definitely a cap dump from Baltimore, though. All right, we got to set up this 40-man then. At catcher, Romo is on the roster. If we lose Appel or Turner, that's fine. First base, we're still trying like hell to move Toglia and Murakami. If we lose Verdung, whatever. Second base, all those guys are protected for now. Third base, Cortez I just won't add yet. Ramos, I guess we'll try to protect. Shortstops. Lodis, I don't want to lose for nothing if I can help it. Vargas. Boston Barrow. Yeah, if we lose Barrow, we lose him. Damn. Unless we can pull off another trade here. Follows Rule 5 eligible. Hugo Page. Well, we're pretty much guaranteed to at least have some players at risk in the Rule 5 here. At least, players that we wouldn't necessarily want to lose for nothing. But that just is what it is. There's not much I can do about it. It's because these other damn deals haven't gone through yet. It is nice, though, to have certain situations now, though, where it's like, okay, we gotta make some moves. Mason Miller signs a 6-year, $18 million per contract with the Red Sox as the number 5 targets. Greg Triola did not accept, and I still am just like not hearing back from these fuckers. It's killing me. How long do you got to think about these trade offers, fellas? Come on now. Let's get some deals done here. Brandon O'Connell. Will you accept my offer? Yes. Some alternatives. We decided not to proceed with the offer right now. All right, Yankees rejected. Cleveland rejected as well. Bryce Terang gets an 8-year, $25 million per contract with the Dodgers. Mr. Terang, you rang? The fucking bank rang at this point. All right, back to the hub. Back to the blocks. I still want Jimmy Merritt from Cleveland if I can get him. Closer, Iriarte. Catcher, Drew Romo. Left field, Jordan Sprinkle. And who can I throw in as a sweetener? Felix Tavares isn't much of a sweetener. What about Shane Murphy, who's not very good? And what about... Oh, actually, that'll be about it. All right, Cleveland, come on. Let's make something happen here, Cleveland. Do we have any other A's? I don't think we do. All right, Yankees. I would really like Louis Anderle. Who do we have at third that we could give up? Dustin Harris. In terms of a reliever, we'll talk about it. And in terms of a starter, got a couple options. What if we give up Keaton Wynn, Mason Adams, Tyler Switzer? Let's make it happen, New York. Let's make it happen. Gregory Ojeda from the Athletics. That can also be a Drew Romo offer. That can be a Dustin Harris offer. And we'll throw Keaton Wynn in there. First come, first serve, everybody. We need these deals done. Aaron Newton from Miami. That, again, could be the Michael Toglia. Give me Stephen Young. I know they had other people. Buxton. And then Signs. We have tried this before. We will give you Toglia. We will give you Alex Vargas. We will give you Brian Park. And Liover Peguero. Let's make it happen, please. And Hayden Davis, reliever, also from the Athletics. So let's try this. You're not going to believe it. I will offer you Keaton Wynn. I will offer you Jordan Appel. And I will offer you Brian Ramos. Let's make something happen here. And after that, we drop down quite a bit towards Brady Turley of the Boston Red Sox. Do you have any other prospects you could offer me so I can offer you a big first baseman? The answer is yes. Let's go up to the top of the list. Who do they have? Who do they have? Who do they have? Who do they have? Turley, Kodai Senga, not exactly a prospect. Andre Thurston, Gary McCormick, Andrew Slater. I would love to give you Michael Toglia. I would love to give you Brian Park. I would love to give you Mason Adams and Tyler Switzer. Cool. And Buxton, we already have in a different deal. Will any of these trades go through? Dustin Harris is no longer with the White Sox, making one of your pending trades impossible. Keaton Wynn is no longer possible. Mason, okay, so a deal definitely went through. Apparently for the Yankees, they just robbed me, according to them. I disagree. We pick up center fielder Louis Anderle, 20 years old, 69 overall, center fielder for Dustin Harris, Tyler Schweitzer, Mason Adams, and Keaton Wynn. So they do get 4 usable players for a center fielder who's still probably like a year or 2 away. But the Yankees take that deal. And the Marlins rejected the deal surrounding Toglia again. But that is not bad. And in free agency, neither Skenes nor Ellie are all that interested in us. We'll just keep fighting for them. We will just keep fighting. So, back out of that. Tender offers. Louis Anderle, renew that deal. All right. So again, catchers. Right now it is Teal and Romo. If we lose anybody else, it's fine. First base. If we lose Verdung, it's fine. Second base. We're good. Third base. We can add Cortez. Okay, well, we can't do anything with the Rule 5 right now anyway. It's fine. Okay, how many other deals do we have in the irons in the fire right now? Just the Jimmy Merritt trade. We'll go ahead and wait. Blockbuster trade. Yankees give up 76 overall starter, 26-year-old Carlos LaGrange to Philly for Adrian Morejon, the 87 overall reliever. The ghost of Kyle Schwarber, making $30 million a year. The ghost of Jose Ramirez, making $25 million a year. And Bryce Wilson. The Yankees just took on so much fucking salary to get Adrian Morejon. It's crazy. God damn, the New York retirement home. Now or never for Ellie De La Cruz. It's not going to happen. Ellie lands in Atlanta. Yankees are like, it's just money. Who cares, right? 12 years, $33 million per for Ellie De La Cruz to go to Atlanta. Holy shit. Yeah, we weren't competing with that. Christopher Sanchez is on his way to Philly. 5-year deal, $49 million per for the number 3 free agent. Holy shit. 5 years, $49 million per. And then Brian Wu gets 7 years, $43 million per from the Padres. Good Lord. All right. Cleveland has again rejected our offer for Jimmy Merritt. Well, we are certainly all in for Paul Skenes now. If he just holds on long enough to somehow help us generate some interest, we will see. So back to the trade hub. Back to the blocks. Let's keep working. Let's keep working. Still trying to pull off some of these deals. Athletics for Gregory Ojeda. Did they have anybody else? Hayden Davis. Might as well just check when we're here, right? If they had anybody else. David Murdoch. Definitely some projects. Okay. So we got a starter, reliever, and a third baseman. So third baseman would probably be Ramos, ideally. Reliever. There's a couple. And then starter. What about Paez? What about Duncan Davitz? There's no way, right? And then relievers. We'll throw in Juan Miella. At least give me a counter, you know? At least give me a counter. Fishing for a counter. Hayden Davis we were already going for. The list of prospects on the trading block is starting to dry up here, too. That's not good. The Red Sox with Turley. Again, I want Slater. I want McCormick. I want the whole bunch. Arthur Webb, maybe, if there wasn't anybody else. I want the whole shebang. All right. First baseman, Toglia. Right fielder, Park. Starter, Connor McCullough? But how about this? 2 first basemen for the price of 1. Toglia and Munetaka Murakami. Huh? That way Matt Henley can start? Please? We'll see if any of these go through. Or either of these, I should say. Something went through. Something went through. What went through? I don't know what went through. Never mind. Nothing went through? What went through? What the hell happened there? Oh, who I was trying to trade for probably disappeared. Never mind. Good, they took another deal. Cade Smith goes to Milwaukee. Not bad. 4-year deal, $14.6 million per. Here's another day for free agents. I don't want Langford. We're going to keep working on Skenes. Athletics have declined that deal. That brings us to the draft lottery, in which we have a 1.1% chance of winning. It's the Rockies, Mets, and the Giants with the top odds. So expect another low pick is my guess. We move up 7 spots to land the 5th overall pick behind the Mets, Rockies, Tigers, and Giants. How do you like that? Damn, dude, the Cardinals got shafted. But we will have the 5th overall pick. I am okay with that. Like, there's pressure to do well there, but not too much pressure, you know? Oh, goodness. Okay. What else? Who else? Anybody else? Anybody else prospect-wise? Please. Gregory Ojeda from the Athletics. Let's try again. You have anybody else? David Murdoch. Hayden Davis. Starter, reliever, and a third baseman. Third baseman. I'll give you the Swiss bell. Reliever. I'll give you Jordan Leisure. I'll give you Alexander Alberto. And, Jet, almost. We'll go for Christian Apor here. I was hoping I'd be done with this offseason, but we got a lot of stubborn people when it comes to trades. Hayden Davis, we were already going for. Like I said, this list of available people is shrinking. We'll try again for Brady Turley. Again, Toglia, Murakami. We'll add Slater, McCormick. Okay, that's it. Toglia, Murakami, Brian Park, and we'll give you Yedix and Paez. It's not going to leave you with too much salary left, but it's fine. You'll be fine. Buxton from Miami with Stephen Young. With Joaquin Flores, with Eduardo Sainz. You want a reliever. Wilkerman Gonzalez. You want a left fielder, Jordan Sprinkle. You want a right fielder, Brian Park. And then just please, for the love of God, take Michael Toglia. For the love of God. He hit 30 home runs last year. He's a great player. Somebody should want him. Cleveland with Jimmy Merritt. Give me Gene Waldron as well. Catcher, you can have Drew Romo. Left field, you can have Jordan Sprinkle. Closer, you can have Iriarte, and you're not going to believe it, have a Munetaka Murakami as well, please. Just, I need him gone. Thank you. Muhammad Burns on Pittsburgh. Alexi Quinones as well. Nunez would be nice. And, yep, the fun can end there. That's fine. First baseman, you're not going to believe this, Toglia and Murakami, both available. And Jordan Sprinkle. And Sam Zavala. Let's go Pittsburgh. Let's make a deal here. Please. We already have a deal out for Murdoch. George Graham of the Dodgers with Jimmy Griffith. Gold. All right, come on. The Dodgers, you love trading prospects for the players in the now, right? You get Jairo Iriarte. You get Jordan Leisure. You get Christian Apor and Yedixon Paez. What's not to love there, right? What's not to love? Brian Ruiz on Seattle. Can I pair you with anybody else? Tom Byers is untouchable. All right, Brian Ruiz. You want a shortstop? Here's like 7. Vargas, Peguero, Lodis, Boston Barrow. Like, I just need these guys gone. Take them. For the love of God, take them. Take them away. Quinones we were already going for. Waldron we were already going for. Okay, there we go. That's all we can do. For the love of God, take the shortstops. Murakami's no longer with the way. Aha! Murakami's gone. One of our trades did fall apart, though. So we have landed Jimmy Merritt and Gene Waldron. We've landed Jimmy Merritt from Cleveland for Munetaka Murakami, Drew Romo, Jordan Sprinkle, and Jairo Iriarte. Not bad at all. Munetaka, thank you for your service, but it was time for you to go. It was time for you to go. All right, Rule 5 time. There's no way we're going to be able to really do anything here. We still have a couple of Stokes in the fire here. Michael Bush signs a 4-year, $21 million per contract with the Pirates. That brings us to the Rule 5. Again, I can't imagine we're actually going to need anybody here. I mean, I guess we could get a replacement for Romo with, like, Ronald Hernandez. First base, we could use a backup there, but until Toglia is gone, there's nothing to do. Although Pablo Guerrero's there, he's interesting. But yeah, until Toglia is gone, I can't guarantee anything. Second base, we got too many people there as it is. Third base, the James Gruber's still there, but it's just not good. Shortstop, too many people. Left field, Center field, hey, Drew Jones, still there. I can't believe it. And right field, Yanquiel Fernandez. It's not bad. Starters. Honestly, we will not take anybody. We will forego our selection. Thank you. A lot of people are going in this year's Rule 5. Goddamn. All right, let's see. Paul Skenes is still out there. We have almost gotten to a contract offer. Verified to be talking to the Dodgers, Blue Jays, and Red Sox. And then there's us. Seattle's rejected a deal for Brian Ruiz. Athletics have rejected a deal for Murdoch, Ojeda, and Davis. Shit. Okay. Back to the blocks. Anybody else? How are we looking for prospects here? Gregory Ojeda is still out there from the Athletics. Is there anybody left we can pair him with? Murdoch is still there. Eden Davis is still there. They need a third baseman. I'll give you Sabel and Ramos. You can have your choice. They need a center fielder. And they need a reliever. Give it Jordan Leisure as the reliever. Baldwin's really outperformed Acuna. Now we have Anderley there. He's not quite ready, but he's close. What if I just give you both of them? And then third base, take Ramos. What do you think? Take the deal, please. I want younger players. I want prospects. Please and thank you. Quintana on the Padres. Ooh, they're getting rid of Rodriguez. They're getting rid of McKinnon. Anybody else? Keaton McKee is not necessarily unavailable. He's probably a bit too good, though. Maybe. And then we do have Broadway there. They're not selling him, so we probably don't have the value to do it. But second base, Chase Maedroth could definitely be used. Third base, Ramos. Left field, I can't really help there. So we'll go back to second base and say, hey, we got Gonzalez and we got Barry as well. Just take them all, why don't you? Please. Please take them all. Hunter Green gets a 5-year, $30 million per contract with Minnesota. While Patrick Mitra, the closer, 82 overall at 23, has been traded. Okay, that's the first one where I'm like, huh. Yeah, the Guardians just absolutely fleeced the Rockies for a closer. Like, Johnny Messer's not bad. Maybe the Guards already have a closer. That's probably the worst trade I've seen so far. That is an A potential 23-year-old, 82 overall, getting traded for a C center fielder. I can't imagine there's much of a justification there to really be able to say, like, nah, it's a perfectly fine trade. Yeah, I mean, James Lloyd in center. And then they don't have a closer. If we look at the Guards, and Cleveland definitely needed a better option there. And then center field, they have Chase DeLauder and Garrett Mitchell. Yeah, that one was a choice. Emperor, what's going on? Let's see. Our first kick at the can for Paul Skenes, huh? 9-year deal. I mean, he's only 27. Bring him down to 50% motivated. Moki, I've enjoyed it so far. I have enjoyed it. I mean, I doubt he takes this deal, but goddamn, if we could make that work, it'd be funny as hell. All right. Both trade offers rejected. I mean, obviously we're trying to aim really high here, but let's keep trying. Something's got to give. One of these, you know what? Let's start from the bottom instead of the top then. It's like Jimmy Griffith on the Dodgers. What else can we pair him with? CJ Gold, George. Let's ignore Gold since he's not on the block. That's not helping our case at all. All right, so for you guys, you want pitching. So you can have yourselves a Jordan Leisure. And you can have yourselves a Connor McCullough, a Duncan Davitt, and even a, yeah, I was thinking a Yedixon Paez. Yeah, even a Yedixon Paez. Knock yourselves out. Just please take the deal. And then Boston with McCormick. They don't have Slater on the block. Who else, if anybody? Ward Crow. They do have Brady Turley on the block still. That could be nice. We've tried for him quite a few times now. Toglia's right there, Boston. If you want him. I need him to go. We can give you Brian Park, who's not that good. And we can give you Prelander Baroa. Let's make that happen. Let's make that happen. Please. All right, countered. So the Red Sox say we can have Turley and McCormick, but we also have to give up Luis Angel Acuna. To get beached again. We didn't get Rick beached again. Nobody insane yet, though. We've really only seen like one generational player, and we missed him because we're dumb. So Baroa, Park have to give up the 34 home runs of Toglia, but it's worth it to open up space for a younger guy to develop. And then Acuna. I'm gonna take that. If they'll take that, I'll take that. Acuna can go, that's fine. Toglia obviously had a lot of power, but it's fine. We will take that deal from the Red Sox and get two really, really strong prospects back in that trade. And this is going to be Paul Skenes telling me to kick rocks, I'm sure. Yeah. I'll have to keep working on Skenes. You were trying to scare me off with that offer. I've lost motivation to sign with you. Whoops. Well, my bad. That's all right, Paul. We'll keep talking. Occasionally free agents if at your position, team need will talk. I am not interested in Taj Bradley. I am sorry. I want Paul Skenes on a 9-year deal for the cheapest I can get him. Please. He hasn't signed with anybody else. Why not us? And that trade offer is rejected. Damn. Let me save here because I feel like it's been a little bit, and we have pulled off some other deals. I don't remember if any of the other trades were still being worked on or not. All right. Jimmy Griffith on the Dodgers. CP always kills Bradley every time I've ever had him. Don't know if I'd say they've killed him, but he looked good. I just didn't want him. Now we got Turley in there. We can give up Vasil, Leisure, Paez, Davitt. Just try to clear out some extra cap. We'll see if the Dodgers take that deal. That'll be the only one that we start off with. Let's see. Did we manage to finesse Paul Skenes? Oh my God, we did. No way. We have finessed Paul Skenes. 9 years under $34 million per. Yes. He waited over a month and a half to sign. He didn't sign with any of the big names. We just finessed free agency to land Paul Skenes for $34 million per. Now, obviously, we do have to give up the compensation for the qualifying offer, but oh my God. What an absolute fleecing. Wow. I mean, yeah, it's January, man, and nobody signed him yet. So we just kind of snuck in there and took care of business, didn't we? As the Dodgers have again rejected our trade. Let's keep talking, but there he is. Paul Skenes is a White Sox. Imagine. Imagine. Holy shit, dude. I can't believe we just pulled that off. Now for him to fall off a cliff and be terrible. Leisure, Vasil. We'll even give up Christian Apor. Please. Quiones on Pittsburgh. Do you have anybody else that was on the block? Muhammad Burns. Anybody else? Laviolette we don't need. Okay, so 2 second basemen from Pittsburgh. You can have Zavala. Honestly, we could even just move out Baldwin, but he's got one more useful year here. Have Zavala. And then starters. Holy shit, that rotation now is insane. So Apor, Paez, Davitt. See if they take that deal. And we are going to save again. Because Paul Skenes is heading to Chicago. And not the team that you would expect. The potentials are way too low in franchise. I don't see too much of an issue with it so far. Beyond some individual cases. We got a counter for this deal. It's Burns and Quinones for Baldwin, Paez, Peguero, and Zavala. I will take that. Brooks Baldwin's been very good for us. But we do have someone younger ready to get that starting spot. So honestly, we will take that deal. That is accepted, Pittsburgh. Thank you very much for the prospects. And that will be another save. So, I mean, there's definitely been some guys like Toglia, who was a Rule 5 pick. Baldwin had been pretty good for us. But let's be honest, they weren't going to get us to where we wanted to be. It was time to cash out on them, get some new prospects that'll be the ones to sneak in and support the core that we're building now. Let's try one more time for Jimmy Griffith, if we can. He and George Graham. Relievers, Vasil, Leisure. Clear out the cap of Miea. And then starter, Duncan Davitt. See if they take that. I doubt it. But we'll try. Brian Ruiz on Seattle. Any other prospects on the block right now? Not looking like it. So Ruiz, you say you need a shortstop. Lodius, Vargas, Barrow. Plenty of shortstops there. And for a starter, not as sure. How's Alex Alberto? Just take a bunch of dudes off of my roster, please. Red Sox pick up Evan Carter for Caleb Durbin and Frank Bain. Frank Bain's a promising starter. Yeah, it's a center fielder for a third base. Yeah, it's fine. Trade rejected. Trade rejected. Fuck. I can just not get these dudes. We are going to keep trying relentlessly. But right now we are struggling and it's cutting into my road to the showtime. Damn it. Damn it. Oh, well, the game. Good thing I just saved because the game crashed. Well, we will finish up that off-season later then, won't we? The important thing to know is we pulled off some trades and Paul Skenes is heading to Chicago.